Hey, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Millennial Management Podcast. I am your host, Brandi, the Millennial Manager, and today is Wednesday, okay? It is hump day, and y'all know what that means. It's time for an email episode. Now, before we get into this episode, I want to make sure that you are following this podcast. Make sure that you are following me, Brandi, the Millennial Manager, on Facebook, on Instagram, and TikTok. And I got a little surprise for y'all. You know how we talk about HR? You know how we have all these questions about the dealings and the ins and outs of HR, how to deal with retaliation? Well, baby, I got somebody for you. I have a HR professional that is going to be on this show on Friday. The episode is going to air. Her name on social media at Chief Meme Officer. You can also listen to her podcast. She is 1/3 of HR Besties Pod, and her ad is Chief Meme Officer on Instagram. She likes to make funny memes or videos by night. So she is going to be on the show this Friday. So make sure that you are following for that episode. Now, let's get into our first email. Y'all, this one tripped me out. Because this person sent just a photo of what their job posted at work, okay? What their management team posted. And it says, in appreciation of your hard work and dedication, the doctors are starting January 2025 to give out gift cards. Okay, they're going to give these out every quarter for those who have perfect attendance, who are on time, and who do not leave early. Okay, now in this same email, the person is saying, also, this includes PTO. So basically, they're penalizing people who are taking off of work, who are using their PTO, and then also turning around to penalize people who may leave early if they have a family emergency or whatever. And it is so ridiculous. These companies, if you think that this company cares about you, or if you think that, I'm talking to you guys, because clearly the person who sent this email knows better. But if you think that the company cares about you and they just support you 100%, you are wrong. Because look at this. Look at this. You want people tied to their desk. You don't want them to enjoy their life. You don't want them to use vacation. What is the point of PTO if I cannot use it? Or you're encouraging me not to use it. I'm going to take all my fucking days and I'm going to use them. Maybe several at a time. Okay, if you are working somewhere that has unlimited PTO, y'all know that that's a trap. We all know that because they hit you with shit like this. Beware. If you see stuff like this, do not feel guilty. Do not feel bad. They want people to race for a damn $10 Chili's card. You can take your PTO and buy your own gift card if you care that much. Okay, guys? Next email. This one says, I am currently at work and I feel horrible. I know you're like, is she serious? Yes, I am. I work for a white law firm and I feel as though I have a target on my back since I have started. They told me that I have no time to take off. I have been fighting all week to stay, even though I feel horrible. Would I be wrong to ask to leave and come back Monday? I just feel like crap. Thank you so much for taking this time to read. I just need words of advice. I'm really scared they will try to let me go. They will. Because if you have exceeded your time that they have given you, or maybe they have restrictions on when people can take off time whenever you start a company, so like 90 days, or maybe it's a year, which is ridiculous, because how do you expect people not to need time off within, I could see 90 days, but 6 months? Like, you just don't expect that at least one day they're going to want to take off. They're going to need to go to the doctor. They're going to need to do whatever they need to do. Depending on the policy and what has been happening, because you haven't really, said anything else about what has happened at the company or at the firm before this, and you feel like you have a target. So I don't know exactly why you feel that way, but clearly something is happening. I would suggest that you start updating that resume, because they are more than likely going to terminate you because of that if you left early. I'm not sure if you did. They're probably going to play nice for a little bit until they can get all their ducks in a row. But any violation is grounds for termination. And I want y'all to hear me now. Any violation of company policy is grounds for termination. There is not one thing that can stop that. If you violate a company policy, the ball is in their court to terminate. Unfortunately, they include attendance as a violation. So if you violate the attendance policy, you are out of PTO time, you are out of sick time or vacation and sick, you need to definitely be concerned. So I hope that you feel better. I hope that you are able to get the rest that you need. But baby, I'm just telling you the God honest truth. That is more than likely going to be the case. So let us know how that went, and I hope you feel better. This next email, it says, "Hello, Brandi. First, let me say that I enjoy your IG account. Thank you so much. I've sure had some laughs, but the reality is people are dealing with insanity at work nowadays. It's unbelievable what people think that they can do lately. I'm just going to get to the point because honestly, I don't know what else to do. What do you do when someone expects and feels entitled to ask for your help because they keep running their help off?" I know where this is about to go. This lady has run off 18 people in 14 years to be exact. Oh my God, that's a crazy amount. To give you some background, we have the same supervisor, so she doesn't supervise me, but she feels that she can request and demand I fill in every time someone leaves. She's also tried to do it to other program managers, but to me the most. During the last 28 years, I've worked my way up the ladder, and when I say that, I mean literally. I started as a receptionist, and I've been in many other positions over the years. I also went back to school for my nursing degree. Girl, congratulations. Shout out to you, baby. My nursing degree several years ago, but I've always worked for the same agency. I feel very confident when I say I've seen what works and what doesn't. I was blessed to work for great managers for 24 years, but 4 years ago, our manager retired and this lady got the job. The part that makes it worse, she only had been working at the company for 1 year, so she wasn't qualified to be a manager. There were several people There were several people who had more experience but didn't want the responsibility. The employees under her walk on eggshells thinking they are the next target. Oh my God. In the beginning, I helped because I didn't mind. After a while, it got old when you see what's causing it and upper management won't deal with it for some reason. I just want to do my job and finish my 30 years and be left alone. She just had 2 nurses quit this month, so she's down to 1 nurse and herself. So I know she's about to start harassing me again. It's never been this understaffed. I just can't do it anymore. Keep up with my own responsibilities. I'm trying to remain professional, but my patience is gone. People have spoke up many times and nothing has been done. Nothing ever changes. I despise confrontation, but enough is enough. You need to appear busy. You need to appear unavailable. I don't know if y'all work. You said, y'all are nurses. So clearly you work in some type of medical agency or medical facility because you said that you've worked for this agency for this long. You need to appear busy. I would be sitting on the phone and acting like oh my God, I got to call this patient back. Can I get back to you? Excuse me, I got to go check on a patient. I have to go do this. I have to go through. Oh, I can't stop. I'm not available. Oh, I can't do this. I would appear so busy. Do you hear me? Y'all seen these people at y'all jobs that act like they are just running wild. That is an act. And sometimes it can be for good reason. Maybe they are tired of work being pushed on them, or it could be the other reason. They just really don't want to do shit. So they give the appearance of busy and give the appearance that they're being productive. You only have 2 years left of work. Clearly, they're not going to do anything about this lady, but 2 years can fly by in the blink of an eye. Okay? If I were you, I would start appearing so busy and mountains of pay. Oh, I can't take on that responsibility right now. I have a lot of cases that I have to work on. I have a lot of information that I have to input into the patient's chart. I have to do this. I have to do that. Whatever it is that your daily job and responsibility is, I would act like I'm drowning in that. You only got 2 years left. Be unavailable, and only be available when you really feel like you can kind of assist. But when she doesn't have someone to fill that position, you are busy and very unavailable. Your manager is not going to do anything about her behavior. Your HR department is not going to do anything about it. They clearly are not paying attention to the fact that she has either terminated a few of these 18 or they quit on their own, which is even worse. Okay? Appear busy and appear very productive. That's what you need to do. I want you to take out every file that's in your cabinet. I am very busy right now. I can't really talk right now. When she wants to come to you and talk, that's how she's opening up this gate to get you to do the work. No, don't even be available to talk to her. Don't be available to speak on the phone. I have a phone call right now. It's very important. I can't really talk right now. Is there anyone else that can help you? I'm not available. I'm very busy. No, because then what she's going to do is realize, you know what? I don't have a backup. I don't have anybody I can fall back on, because she doesn't care when people quit, or maybe she has terminated these people, because you didn't say exactly, but she ran these people off nonetheless. And she doesn't care when she doesn't have anybody to do it, because you're going to be the person that comes in and picks her up. So stop doing that. Stop being available. Appear busy. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay. All right, and on to our next email. It says, Brandi, I love your content. Thank you. Thank you, girl. It makes so much common sense. Question, please, ma'am. Okay, let's get into it. I work as a PSR, so she checks in patients, schedules them. We have an automated phone system and overflow calls to our department in healthcare. Over the years, I have been in the healthcare field as a medical assistant, referral clerk, and now I'm in the last stages of my training to be a PSR. I'm in a company with several locations. We have psych, optical, dental, OB, pediatrics, etc. In the last 6 months, there have been a lot of changes within the company due to expanding. Yesterday, as we are working on my checkoff list, I requested a detailed list of locations with the addresses, with their specialties, the provider's do's and don'ts on scheduling, and the provider's CC, MAs, and medical assistance with the extensions, so that I can be prepared to transfer calls to the appropriate location. There is a very vague list on the company website for us to use for transferring. This does not give any details. My trainer told me that if a such thing would need to be created, or if she needed a such thing, I would have to make it myself. I was surprised. I want to get clarification from my supervisor. However, I'm not sure that is a wise decision. In the rest of this email, she is basically saying that the trainer is telling her there's no such list. And she's asking, like, are you all keeping track of these locations? Have y'all used a spreadsheet? What to do with direct calls? So in her final portion of the email, she is saying that they get constant complaints about the phone system. Patients have direct numbers to the provider's location, or they can't give direct numbers to the provider's location because it's not allowed. So basically, they want the patients to find this information. Let them. Okay, she wants to know what she should do. Let them. This is not your company. They know that the patients do not like having to search for information. They don't care. You are just trying to be good at your job, but unfortunately, you can only be as good as the company that you work for. So if they are not supplying that information to the patients, they don't even have a compiled list for you because your operations managers or directors are idiots. All that information should be listed for every location to have so that they can transfer patients as necessary. Okay, there should be protocols in place so that patients are not searching for information and it makes it easy for them. But they do not have common sense. On the flip side, though, if you want to make your job easier and they are not supplying this information, I would go ahead and see if you can start that spreadsheet, but keep it for yourself. Okay, ain't no need of sharing that information and making it easier on anybody else because your company and operations manager, your directors, like they should be the ones that maintain this information and make sure that it is relevant and accurate for each team member. And to our last email, it says, "Good evening. I want to say thank you so much for your videos and work politics or about work politics and interviewing skills. I'm new to the Midwest area and I am great at my skill set, but baby, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Let me tell you, work politics has been kicking my ass. I know, honey, I know. Until I found your video, I was unable to find peace at my job. Thanks to your videos, I have a whole new attitude and perspective, and your videos be nailing it right on the head. If you do life coaching or work, if you're a work coach, let me know. I would love to enroll. Thanks, and keep up the great message in your videos." Baby, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And no, I do not offer life coach services, and I'm not a work coach, but I do offer resume reviews or updates. And then also, if you have a problem at work, you can schedule a consult. Those are only $50, and we talk for an hour, and we really get to the meat of the situation. But I want to say I really appreciate you emailing me this, because the workplace politics, a lot of people think that it's unnecessary to know how to navigate in the workplace, but you do. And sometimes you have to play the game. And I am so glad that you got what I was saying. You have to be able to play the game to be at peace, because if you know what it really is, you need to treat it like that. If you are trying to push your company to be like you, to understand you, to respect you, to do that, baby, no. You're fighting something that is much larger than you. And some of us work at a conglomerate. Okay, these are huge corporations, and you're trying to fight against this humongous corporation. You just need to know how to weave. You don't have to know how to fight. You just need to know how to bob and weave. Okay? You don't need to know how to fight, because you're not going to need to lay any punches. You just need to know how to navigate in and out. So, baby, thank you so much for doing that. And I am so happy to hear from you. I love that it is working for you and that you have found peace and understanding in what is happening on these jobs and how to navigate through these rough times. So I appreciate that. But that's going to be all for today, y'all. Remember that we have a guest on the show this Friday. She is an HR professional. You can find her account at Chief Meme Officer on Instagram. She is also a podcaster. She is 1/3 of the HR Besties pod, and she is so funny, y'all. We had such a good time. I cannot wait to upload this podcast episode, but please make sure, if you want to listen to it early, it's actually going to be updated today inside of Patreon. You do have to have a paid membership to listen to the episode before, but you can hear a little preview and a snippet on Patreon. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. Y'all don't forget that we have that guest on Friday, and I will see y'all on the internet. Bye-bye.